Hi, everybody. My name is Terry Lee, and today I'm going to show you how to make your own set of words to use in your junk journal by using Microsoft Word. So you're just going to click on your Word icon. If you don't have it on your taskbar, then you're just going to click Start and then scroll down to W for Words, for Word. Okay, it's not under Microsoft. Go down to Word and then click on it and Word will open. So I'm going to click here. When Word first opens, it's going to look like this. So you're going to just want to click on blank document. Turn off the help unless you want it on. And then you have a blank piece of paper. Now, I know that Word can be a difficult program, but I'm just going to show you how to do this one thing. And so you're not going to have to worry about knowing every little thing about every menu and every toolbar and everything to accomplish this. All right. So don't freak out. Okay. So all we're going to do is we're going to click on Insert. We're going to click on Table. And then let's go 4 across and however many that is down. Then you're going to do you see how the cursor, instead of a typing cursor, it turns into a black down-facing arrow? All right, so that selects the column. So let's move away again. I'll show you again. And that selects the column. As it highlights it, but it doesn't highlight it like highlighting letters, but it highlights it to show that it's been selected. Okay, so I'm going to click away again, and I'm going to show you if you hold down your left mouse button and drag across, it'll select the whole thing. That's what we want to do. Now, what we want to do first is decide on what font do we want our words to be in, and that probably depends on what kit you're using them with. We're just going to use something that isn't basic, but isn't, something that's specific. Oh, please. I cannot speak that word. All right, let's go this big, which is 24 point is what they call that. And let's make the font color, let's call it, let's see, let's say our kit's in the browns. A lot of our kits are in the browns. So let's make the font. Now, it's making the changes to every cell. Each one of these squares is called a cell. When you have them all selected that way, it makes a change to every single one. So every single change you make, it makes the change to all of them. Okay? And so, what else would you want to do? Oh, we're probably going to want to remove all borders. So there are no borders. Okay? So then you can click away and then click each one of these little, I don't know what they're called, circles with the 4 lines on them. You can tell where the cells are, even though they don't have lines around them, because there's one of those tan circles there. Now, I should mention, this is a column. And that's a cell, and that's a row. Okay? So we're just going to click in one cell. Let's say we want the word beautiful. And then click Tab on your keyboard. Just hit Tab. And then lovely. I'm just thinking of some generic happy words. Wonderful. And it's kind of a nice font, isn't it? What's it called? STXINGKAI. Okay. Now, actually, that font, I had to download it in Word. There's fonts that are available, but they're not installed. You can still select it and use it right away. It just downloads it real quick in the background. And I'm trying to get a few on here. And then if you hit Tab again, it'll go, see it's on the second row. The cursor's right here on the second row in the first cell. So it jumps automatically from here down to there. Now you want to try to make sure that the font size isn't so big that the word, wraps around. In other words, takes up 2 lines. Like, let's say this was beautifully. Beautifully wonderful. See, like that. You really don't want to do that. You can make the font a little bit smaller. You can remove one of the columns. We'll get into that in just a second, but I'm just giving you an overview if that happens to happen to you. All right, now let's say this row, we want a different font. So all you do is see I'm far away and the arrow is white. The cursor's white. And then just click and it will select the whole row. And let's say we want a different font. Let's pick something else different. Let's pick this one. And that looks pretty big. Let's go back. This selects the size of the font, in case I didn't mention that. And then we're going to stay with the same color. We're not going to do too much extra. All right, so then we're just going to click away. And then now click here. And let's type the same word so you can see the difference. And then tab, tab, tab. All right, let's do it one more time. And the reason it still says that stink-eye is because, it sounds like stink eye. Please don't tell me it's stink eye. Anyway, leave it to me to pick that font, is because we've already formatted those cells. We did it at the very beginning for them to be that. So now we're changing it from that. So let's just do, let's do this. This is more of a kind of a robot looking one. All right. And I'm doing this for several rows on purpose. I'm surprised that fit. Okay. So now we can also make each row, we can make the letters a different color. Let's say we just want them to be black in that row. And then we want them to be blue in this row. Okay. So now you're thinking, all right, Terry, that's all well and good, but what if I don't want it to be on a white background? Well, it's a good thing you asked. You can select a column, and then you see this little bucket. That's the fill color. You can fill up those squares with a color, which usually is not the best way to go. Let's put no color. In fact, let's make sure they're all no color. Okay. Okay. Because what we're going to do now is we're going to insert a picture. Now I'm hit down a couple times because the picture is going to add in here. And when you add a picture in Word, the default is that it's what they call in line with the text. In other words, if you type something, the words will go above and below the picture. The picture is not like floating around like it is in Publisher when I show you those. Okay, so let's click here in the middle on the middle paragraph mark. I turned the paragraph marks on so you could see them. They're probably not on default. They're probably not on. But you see this little icon right here. If I do that, they go away. If I do click on it again, they come back. That's all you got to do. And it's easier to see where you're at if you do that. Just like in Publisher, we're going to click Insert. We're going to click Picture from this device. And I'm going to pick a picture that is a background so that we can have, like, let's say a scroll or a paper. Okay. Let's do these in alphabetical. Let's do paper. And we insert the picture. And see, it shows up down there. And you're like, wait a minute, that does not help me at all. Okay, so then you right-click on the picture. Go to size and position, not format picture, size and position. And then you want to go to text wrapping. And then you want to put it behind the text. Because guess what we're going to do? Now, ta-da! The picture is behind the text. We can resize it just like we do in Publisher. And now all your words, when you print them out, of course, they won't all be in different fonts probably. Now, you can't go any farther this way than that because because of the margins. You can reset the margins like we do in Publisher. Let's do narrow, and then, yeah, and then it will let me make it bigger like that. We would have to readjust the size of the table. Right now I've got it, the default is that it just fills up. Oh, you know what we want to do? Let's select our columns here, and then let's do, I'm on the wrong one. Okay, it's on the home, and then click right here, and that puts all of them in the center of the squares of the cells. Okay, so let's say you're all happy and you want to print it all out. So the reason that this sticks way out over here is because the word is so big. The font is so big. So if you select the row again, then just make the font size smaller. It still comes out a little bit. Some fonts are I'm sorry, I should have clicked there, are automatically just large. There we go. We had to go all the way down to 16. Let me click away over here. Let's say you don't want this row at all. I don't want the word free anymore, and I don't want that column. So put your cursor above the column, and click it to select it, and then look right there. Click delete, delete column, and it's gone. All right. Then let's see. I'm thinking it might be table properties. I haven't done this in a while. Oh, if we line the table in the center, then it will move it. That's what we want. And then we want them to be in the center. This is past what I was going to show you. I apologize. But those two things made it look a lot better. So remember what I did just there and then how I said it out loud. I'm sorry, I have a sinus infection, so we can only go so long before my voice goes. But I actually really like this font on this, and then you just cut it out. If you want to put the squares at this point, if you want the borders back, then just click here on that little border, and then just click all borders. But see, they're awfully close to the words, so I wouldn't really do that if I were you. I would just cut them out and then click on borders, and then click no border. All right. And when I say click away, I just mean click away from the area so that you're not accidentally clicking on anything. And that's all there is to it. You can make words in any kind of font, in any color. If you put them in a table, it lines them all up. Then you insert a picture, put the picture behind the text, use that option, and then slide the picture up until it's behind the table, and then you've got a background. You can use any picture at all as long as you have the rights to use it. Now, don't go using somebody's picture that you don't have the rights to use it and then print it out and then get in trouble. If you've bought a kit and you're just printing it out for your own personal use, then that would be all right. But you can't make these words with this background picture and then decide to put it in a DigiKit that you're going to sell. That's bad. You can't do that. All right. So that's it for this one. Oh, and don't forget to click File and Save. File, Save, and then name it and do all that good stuff. Browse, decide where you want to save it. It'll automatically use the very first word as the name of the file. You can leave it by clicking here or change it, and then pick where you want to save it, like here, and then click Save to save it. I'm going to cancel because I don't want to save it. And then that's all there is to it. And once you click Save, it'll automatically bring you back to the screen and you can continue to go. Okay? So that's how easy it is. 1, 2, 3, easy peasy. And that's it for me. And I will see you in the next video. And that will be a second for you and a day for me. Bye-bye.